Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about how to properly soak off your EMA acrylic set at home. If you want to find out more about MMA acrylic, which is poisonous, illegal, and still being used in New York City salons all over the place, I'm going to talk more about MMA at the end of the video, so stay tuned to find out. Enjoy!
So the first thing you're going to need is something to cut down your tips or cut down the length that you have on your nails. I use a tip cutter, but if you don't have one of these, you could just use a regular nail clipper. So you're just going to cut both sides of your nail until it cracks down the middle and you can remove the tip. The only thing I would keep in mind is to be very careful while doing this part, because you can cut your hypernychium, which is the skin that grows underneath your natural nail. And if you cut that part, it'll hurt a lot and you might have to wait until your nails grow a little bit before you can do a set of tips if you're not careful. So be very careful not to cut your nail too low so you hit your hypernychium, and also be very careful of the direction in which you're cutting your nail, because sometimes the nails can fly off and hit somebody. So just put your finger in front of the nail to hold it down like I just did, just to hold it in place while you cut so it doesn't fly somewhere. So the next thing you're going to need is a nail file to file off your top coat. I just use a 180 to 100 grit nail file. These are the ones I use to shape my acrylic, but any file that you have at home should do. It's important to file off the gel top coat from your acrylic set, so that way the acetone can better penetrate the acrylic and melt it down a little bit quicker. I just wanted to show you guys how I thin out my acrylic. You don't have to do this part for your soak off. At this point you would just soak your nails and leave it submerged, but I like to thin mine out since I have a drill. Again, it's not necessary for you guys to thin out your acrylic beforehand. This just keeps it very short and quick for me. I like my acrylic a bit thicker to withstand the everyday nonsense that I do. And I also like my nails really long, so it adds a lot of strength. The next thing you're going to need is going to be a glass bowl. It can't be plastic or else the acetone is going to burn right through it. And you're just going to need pure acetone, 100% acetone. You can get this from your beauty supply store, CVS, Walgreens. It has to be 100% acetone. It can't be nail polish remover or it will not work. You're going to be sitting there for hours with no type of progress. Afterwards, you're just going to pour your acetone enough into the bowl so that it can cover all of your nails, and then submerge your nails for about 30 minutes in the acetone. Do not take your nails out after 5, 10, 15 minutes to keep checking on them. Just leave them in the acetone completely submerged after 30 minutes and they should look like this. So once your acrylic has melted down in the acetone, you can use a cuticle scraper to just scrape off the acrylic from your nail. There is still going to be a little bit of a layer of acrylic underneath it, so you might need to soak it again for another 20 to 30 minutes, which is exactly what I did. So here I'm just showing how I remove the acrylic that's already soaked off with my flame tip ceramic bit. I'm not using this on a high rotation at all. You don't need a lot of pressure to take off the acrylic at this point. So after removing that first initial layer of acrylic, I submerged the nails again for another 30 minutes to remove the remaining acrylic on my natural nail bed. Another key would be to make sure you keep your nails submerged in the acetone for 30 minutes without taking it out. To check on it every 5 minutes, just leave it in there, watch a show, and it will be a lot easier to scrape off in the end. One quick thing about EMA and MMA, once you soak an EMA set, it will stay flaky. Like this pointer finger was out of the acetone for about 5 to 10 minutes by the time I scraped it off, but an MMA set will still be solid, and it will actually reform into its solid shape afterwards, and it'll be sticky and extremely hard to remove. So after you've soaked off all the acrylic from your natural nails, and I like to put a lot of emphasis on all of the acrylic must be completely soaked off, especially from the tips of your natural nail, because when you come in for a new set, the false tip will be glued on top of your natural nail. So you don't want any acrylic in between that, and that will cause lifting. Otherwise, if all of your acrylic has been soaked off, you can just shape your nail if you'd like, and you're ready for the prep when you come in for a new set.
The differences between EMA and MMA are usually seen when you're doing a soak off. EMA soak off will always be flaky and easy to remove, as you've seen in the tutorial, but MMA is going to be sticky and extremely difficult to remove. So if you find yourself with an MMA set, my recommendation is to get a soak off as soon as you can from a salon or yourself at home, because the longer you keep on an MMA set, the more damage it can do. It's seeping into your nail matrix, into your finger essentially, and that's a poison. If you guys want an in-depth video about MMA, where they get it from, the uses, how it's applied, and more detail about soaking MMA sets off, how to know if you have an MMA set, how to know if your nail tech is using an MMA set, things of that sort, let me know. I'll definitely make another video explaining everything that has to do with MMA. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope this made soaking off a little easier for you. Any questions you have, you guys can always DM me at Indigo Architect on Instagram, or leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Bye.